Hello, hello, and welcome to another episode of The Conversation with Stevie. This is the place where we talk about the why behind the what of what people do. And today I am so super duper uber excited because we have our winner of the She Said That. I hope y'all can hear me snap. Yes, She Said That pitch contest that took place at She Soiree, the event that was hosted by myself and Jonna B. And so her name is Endia Henry. Hello, Endia.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
You're so welcome, and congratulations to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome, dear. I want to start out, I always tell people the best introduction that you can do is the introduction of yourself. So tell us who you are.
So basically I'm a person who, regular everyday person who works a full-time job and then also started a side business a couple of years ago, focusing on my passion of consignment and accessories.
Awesome. And it is an innovative business, y'all. Listen. Listen, it is so innovative because I've never heard of anybody doing it. And normally I keep my ear pretty close to the ground, so maybe because, she is from Atlanta, they do things differently. So so maybe that's why it is, but I've never heard of it. Definitely tell us more in detail because your concept is so dope.
Well, thank you. Thank you very, very much. So the concept is pretty much my business focuses on designer accessories for men and women. The reason why I started the business was definitely because I wanted to start another stream of income outside of my full-time job. And so I started thinking about just kind of the things that I wanted to do. And you want to start with something that you are passionate about. I had shopped at consignment stores before, looking for accessories and things like that, because a lot of times consignment stores really didn't have clothing that fit me because I'm a curvy girl. So I just always looked for accessories. And so that was just kind of my focus point. When I looked in the market at consignment stores that I had purchased from or had desired to purchase from before, I noticed that a lot of them did not have men accessories. Also, a lot of them were focusing on the higher end of designer accessories, which are those Chanel bags, Hermes, Louis Vuitton, things that are retailing even in the resale market for $1,000 and up. And so either not everybody has that much money to spend on an accessory, or maybe they don't even want that. Maybe they want something that's at a lower price point, like a well-loved, good condition Coach purse or a Tory Burch, something that's not in that $1,000 range, that may be under $500. And so that's where I did not see a lot of focus, and so I decided to just pinpoint in that area. While we do take those higher end items too, I just try to have a variety, so that way when you're going to my site, it's not just about that item that costs a whole lot, but also some things that are more attainable and things that are under $100 all the way up to that $1,000 mark. So that's just a little bit about why I started what I started, and I've been just enjoying it every bit of the way.
That's so awesome because we do, like to look good, and we want to be frugally minded too and financially fit in the new year. That is one of my goals. I believe that when you have money, it's not that you have like an unfair advantage over people. It's because you know how to manage your money. And so really going into the fact of you helping us really to get down to the brass tacks of keeping more money in our pockets, I definitely appreciate that because I like to keep my money.
Hey, who doesn't love a sale, So I'm always like, even if you had the $500 to spend, if you could spend a little less, then that leaves you extra money to either leave in your savings account or do something else with it.
Yes, yes. And one of the things I know for sure is I always talk about shopping with a purpose because I love to shop, but I also love to give, like, to my philanthropic efforts. And so when you are able to do both, who would not want to love that, right?
Yes.
And I do want to switch gears a little bit and see if you could tell us just your experience from She Soiree and winning the She Said That pitch contest.
Yeah, so it was so funny because I found out about She Soiree through Eventbrite, and I initially wanted to be a vendor. And I kind of, that didn't work out for me. But so I decided, what, I still want to attend, network, and get to know people. So that's how I ended up there. So when you announced the pitch, that was totally a surprise because that was not publicized through the website. It was just more I was going in the mindset of just networking and then talking to other business owners. And so when you announced it, it literally was, we were three of us were talking, and we were talking about fear and just jumping out there, which in relation to some of our other folks the other women that attended, they have either multiple side businesses going on, or they have a main full-time job, and then they're also starting a side business similar to what I'm doing now. And so it was so funny that we were talking about fear and just stepping out. So when you announced it, I thought, this is the last thing I want to do because I do not like public speaking. But I said, you know what? I have to get better at it. If I can only push my business, if I'm the only person that can push it. I'm the person running it right now. And so I said, let me step out and, you know what? Let me practice. Why not? So She Soiree was a great opportunity for me for two reasons. I connected with some amazing women, and it was really neat because I feel like even it would be 2 weeks out from when the event happened, and I still feel great. Just the kind of connections that I made are wonderful. Some of the women I've already reached out to, which is another thing that I usually am not good at, is following through and reaching back out to those contacts you meet. So I pushed and did that. And then also just some of the women I've already spoken to over the phone. It was just a great connection, great energy, and I've never left a networking event feeling like that. So I'm so thankful for it, and it was just a great group of women that I met being there. And so winning that pitch contest was it was crazy. I wasn't expecting to win, but I was really hoping I'd win. And so I'm just very happy that I came, and great opportunity for me to win the pitch, and definitely so thankful to you for setting up this opportunity from winning and the reason I'm on this on the interview now. And then also looking forward to speaking with Jana B to do some more business strategy. And then also there was a cash prize, so thank you very much for that. That'll help buy some more inventory and do some other things. So definitely that's just kind of more of what my mindset was. I hope I answered your question.
Yes. I just really wanted to hear your feedback because I know, I knew you had some, thoughts about the pitch contest, and it was a big step for you. And I know that we all chose you unanimously without even thinking about it because you really rocked your pitch. And ladies and gentlemen, we gave her 60 minutes. We gave each person 60 seconds, not minutes. Seconds to get the pitch done, and she did it in the 30 seconds, and that was a big deal because of the fact that, when we on these elevators, we trying to get to the second floor, third floor, and who walks in? Oprah Winfrey. Well, you only have a couple of seconds with that person, and maybe minutes if she's so enthralled to talk to you. We know about the Oprah effect. I'm working on my own little Stevie effect too, but we've seen it happen over and over and over again on how you pitching your business can make a divine difference in your business. So I am super elated about the fact that you just came out, stepped on stage, and you ended up being the one who was the winner. And the great thing about it is that everybody who pitched did an excellent job. It's not like we didn't have stiff competition, but, we had to say, okay, let's look at these tenets and see what goes the best with what we're looking to accomplish today. So I'm excited for that. And I do want to shift back to your business and really ask you, like, it's now 2020, the ball has dropped. What is your one thing that you are going to be saying, this is what I'm doing for 2020 in my business?
Yep. The major thing that I'm doing for my business this year is focusing on growing my customer base and drawing those people into my website. So my website is www.daaconsignment.com, and I want to draw more people there for to purchase items. Right now I sell through a couple of platforms such as eBay, Tradesy, and Poshmark, but you also are cutting them a fee, which kind of impacts the inventory, the amount of inventory I can bring in, and the pricing I can put it at, because I have to pay them a fee for them hosting the site. And so I'm really trying to focus on pulling people to my own website, so I no longer have to use those other platforms and pay them a fee or basically give them a cut of my profit.
Awesome. And that, you guys, is called ownership. When we take ownership of our businesses in a way in which we own the platforms, that is so important, because, and I always say this with social media too, we don't own platforms outside of our businesses, the ones that we pay for and we host. So it is a very smart move to do that, because just like with social media, we don't own these platforms. And I always say, Mark could close his business today. He could say, y'all, it's been real and Facebook is no more. Which, how many of us would be devastated if that happened? I always talk about building the list, getting offline, and that is really why I'm dedicated this year myself to getting offline into rooms with people, and because we own what we create. And so that is excellent that you are doing that. And I want to make sure that, in the show notes we will have the website, but I want you guys to know that you're saying D as in dog in your website, right?
Correct, D as in dog.
Okay. So definitely we want to support you in the mission to get that done. So we want to make sure that we are promoting and publicizing the website, because it is important for that to happen. And you want to make sure, ladies and gentlemen, that you are collectively bringing your funds to this website, because it is such an innovative thing. Like, we've heard of consignment stores, but to have an online consignment shop that focuses on accessories that we love. I'm an accessory person, because I do believe that bling and jewels and pocketbooks and stuff is the conversation piece. And that's what you want to do. Somebody compliment you on a nice accessory, then that is a conversation opener. So as we begin to just in our time together, I want to give you the space to answer this question, and this is a question that I ask to everybody who ever comes on the conversation with Stevie, and that is, Stevie, your listeners cannot leave this conversation today without knowing, and you fill in the blank.
That I would say that's a really good question. I'm pausing for a second so I can think. I would want people leaving this conversation to know that multiple streams of income are what you need, especially in this day and time. And so find those things that outside of your full-time job, things that can bring you extra income. That's a security net. It helps you build your nest egg, helps you invest in the future, and ties back into everything that you had said earlier, Stevie. So I'd say make sure you're just not relying on one thing to pull in some money.
Amen. Amen. And so I just want to thank you for spending some time here on the conversation with Stevie. And I want you to say any final words, and definitely give your website one more time for that person who needed to go find that pen and paper.
Yep. Thank you so much for having me. This is been my first podcast interview, so I look forward to having many more. Very fun, very great to meet you. And that website is D as in David, A as in Apple, A as in Apple again, consignment spelled out CONS, I as in Igloo, GNME as in Edward, NT as in Tom.com.
Awesome. Again, we have been spending time with Endia Henry, and she said that inaugural winner of the contest, yes, pitch competition at She Soiree. And we've already been asked to bring She Soiree back to Atlanta in 2020, so we're looking forward to doing that. And I always have a parting gift for you all. If you want to know how to make it to the news, how to be featured on podcasts, how to do these things in media, go to howtomakeittothenews.com and get this free quick course that I created. I always end my shows, my broadcasts, anywhere that I'm allowed to speak by saying, make it a great day. Do not have a great day. Make it a great day. Why? Because you, and yes, you too have the power to do so. Thank you again, Endia. You're amazing.
Thank you so much, and thank you for that tip because I'm going to use it too.